As promised, I'm following up with my LDL cholesterol video that I did, I don't know, a month ago or more. I came across my lab work from last year, and my LDL cholesterol was a little bit high. It was borderline, actually, not too high. And I'm going to do another follow-up video after I get my lab work done at the end of this month, the end of April. And so sometime in May, I will report how my LDL cholesterol is after a year and a couple months of thinking about it. Maybe that's all I've done. I don't know. It's really hard for me to change my diet. I like to eat what I like to eat, and I'm fairly healthy, but I do eat junk sometimes: potato chips, tortilla chips, candy, bakery, sweets, and not all the time. But I know I could do better, and I've made a little bit of an effort. At first, I was cutting out butter I was eating less butter than I usually do. And it's a saturated fat. Olive oil is obviously better from what I've read, so I've tried to use it instead, which is just, it's good, but sometimes you just want a piece of toast with some butter on it. I do. And so I have fallen off the wagon repeatedly. You would think I'd be black and blue from being bruised, falling off that wagon, but I am not, because I have a lot of padding, and that leads me to being overweight. I should lose some weight. That would help lower my LDL cholesterol numbers, obviously, from what I've read. But I haven't lost any weight. It's hard for me to lose weight also because I eat what I want and I don't exercise enough. And exercising, they say you should exercise 30 minutes a day or 150 minutes a week. I aim for that, but I probably don't. And the exercise I do is walking. That's what I do. I have access to gyms and swimming pools and whatnot, and I don't like to do any of that stuff. So I get outside and I walk, which is good, but I piddle around. I don't walk very fast, and I don't do enough of it as a rule. So, am I my biggest enemy? I believe I am. I need to do better, and I don't know how to do that. I'm really looking forward to seeing what my numbers are, and I hope they're either the same or better, lower, so that this is just not an issue, because I've always been very lucky. I'm going to knock on some wood with my health. I haven't had a whole lot wrong with me, and it's wonderful, and I don't want to have to take more medicine or anything, or drastically change my diet, which I probably should, a little bit at least. So I don't know. I'm going to look at the computer. I'm going to point to it. It's over there, and see what I've missed. I have the Mayo Clinic page pulled up. Top 5 lifestyle changes to improve your cholesterol. And then I eat heart-healthy foods, cut back on saturated fats, eliminate trans fats. I don't think I eat a lot of trans fats, but I probably do, more than I think. Eat foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids. I try to eat fish, which I think, like salmon, walnuts, flax seeds. I just bought some when I was in the Seattle area at Winco, some flaxseed and walnuts, and I will try to eat more of those, and I can buy them here. Let's see what else it says. Eat more soluble fiber. This helps block some cholesterol from being absorbed into your bloodstream. Oatmeal, kidney beans, Brussels sprouts, apples and pears. I love apples and pears. I like beans, not necessarily kidney beans, but I could eat those. I like pinto beans or black beans better, but I can eat the old big fat red kidney beans. Don't love oatmeal. I like Brussels sprouts. I don't buy them very often, so I don't eat them very often. Add whey protein. And I have that whey. I have some whey left over from some yogurt that I made. You drain it off to get more of a Greek yogurt. So I need to get that out and put it in some smoothies and drink that down. The second big thing the Mayo Clinic recommends is exercising on most days of the week and increase your physical activity. I don't do this. This is something that I could improve. I just need to make it a priority and do it early in the day while I have lots of energy or more energy, because as the day goes on, I get, tuckered and, don't want to do anything sometimes. So, and if I did more and lost some weight, I'd probably have more energy as a result. Eating better, exercising more, all those things, they would help in other ways besides just possibly lowering my cholesterol numbers. It says also to quit smoking. I don't smoke, so that's perfect. Lose weight, yes, I know, I need to do that. If I drink alcohol, do so in moderation. And I have cut way back. I used to have maybe a drink or two a week. I rarely have a drink, and it's just kind of a personal thing. I don't want to buy the alcohol. I don't want to spend the money. And it gave me a headache. It wasn't a good thing. It wasn't helpful in any way. Whatever little buzz it gave me or feeling of good, a good feeling wasn't worth the, side effects, I guess. So I've done that. I've cut out some alcohol. That might help. We'll see. In conclusion, the article says that I should, if these things don't help, take some medicine, is basically what it's saying. And I'm hoping the little things I've done do help. I'm going to show you some of the meals that I've had in this past month or so. I just had dinner and I'm still, I just want to keep eating. I'm not really still hungry, but this is how I eat. Instead of having chocolate or something, I'm going to have some yogurt. And I sprinkled in a little bit of stevia to sweeten it because it's this, plain yogurt, so it's not sweet at all. And I don't mind it, but, I don't want it terribly tart. I'm going to add some flaxseed, some chia seed, and a few walnuts. And I chopped up 2 strawberries, so I will add those in too. And this will be a delicious little dessert. And I sometimes have this for breakfast or whatever. So I'm gonna eat that, and hopefully these ingredients will maybe help my cholesterol. I don't know. For dinner tonight, I'm gonna have it's a fairly good sized salad. It's kind of a big bowl. And it's just some baby spring mix. I cut up 2 pieces of cheese, scooped out some olives and some garbanzo beans, and I'm going to pour this dressing I made. It's just olive oil and some vinegar, balsamic vinegar, and salt and pepper. And I'm going to attempt to not eat any crackers with it. I would normally do that, but I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a whirl. That I made an effort with. I don't know if they'll help or not, and I just eat kind of what I want. I'm trying, and I think that's all we can do is, without the guidance of a doctor, and he didn't think it was important last year to, he said it was fine. So maybe I'm doing okay anyway. We shall see. We shall see. I've read some conflicting things. There was a book called Fat Fiction, and it sort of debunked some of these things that I just mentioned. The book Fat Fiction basically debunked the great American diet that we held as being the way to eat for so long, saying that we needed lots of carbohydrates, low fat. Let's see what else it says. It says we should eat less fat and less sugar, which now the guidance is more fat is fine, but less sugar is definitely the way to go. Less sugar is good. Don't eat so much sugar. And that's something I need to incorporate because I love chocolate and I love sweet things and it's delicious. But I'm trying not to have it as often as I want it, which is, you know, most days. I don't think a day goes by that I don't have some kind of sweet. And I try to only eat a piece or two of chocolate. It's not like I eat a gigantic candy bar every day or anything like that. But it's hard. This is all very hard for me. But I love carbohydrates. That's the problem. It's saying to eat a low carbohydrate diet, and I love pasta and rice and bread and baked goods and all the things that have lots of carbs in it. And it's just hard. It's really hard for me. I don't eat much meat. Don't want to, not going to. And I know protein is satisfying and satiating, and I should possibly up my protein intake. And I've been trying with yogurt and like peanut butter, fish, beans, just different things, which I've been doing all along, but I'm making more of an effort now. Eggs, I'm going ahead and eating some eggs. I don't love them, but you know, I will eat some sometimes. So basically, fat fiction comes down to this documentary that it was a 2020 documentary narrated by Mark Hyman, and we were told to eat low fat, high carbs, and it's really the opposite. We should eat more fat and fewer carbs. So I'm working on it. Okay, I was doing a little more research. It's the next day after I filmed most of this video, and I was looking up how to make sauerkraut because I love sauerkraut, and it's kind of pricier than just cabbage, and that's what sauerkraut is cabbage and salt and water. So I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna buy some cabbage, and I think I've tried this once before, but I'm gonna try it again. And I ate it. It was good. It did not kill me or anything. So it says here, when I was looking up how to make it, something came up, is sauerkraut good for high triglycerides? And I know that's related to my cholesterol somewhat. I don't know how all this works. I am not a medical doctor. But it says yes, sauerkraut is considered beneficial for managing triglycerides and cholesterol levels. So there you go. Its high fiber content, probiotics, and antioxidants help reduce fat absorption, lower blood pressure, and improve overall metabolic health. Regular consumption of this fermented cabbage can lower total cholesterol and bad LDL cholesterol. So I am going to the store to buy a head of cabbage, plus other things. But I don't know if these things that I'm doing are going to make a bit of difference, but I really do like fermented food, like the kimchi I bought at Trader Joe's, and I love sauerkraut, and I just think it's fun to make these things. You know, it doesn't always turn out like the store-bought version. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not as good, sometimes it's the same. But I'm going to try it again. Like I said, I've made sauerkraut once, so I'm going to give it another whirl. In doing my research to try to lower my LDL cholesterol, I came across that Fat Fiction documentary, and it basically debunked a lot of the way we were taught to eat. And so I kind of, after that, put cheese and butter back in my diet. I was limiting those things. I don't know what to do. I really don't. I love doing research, but something like this, it seems like there's more options or ideas, and I don't know what the truth is. And I don't know that all of our bodies work the same way. I don't think so. I think we're all different. So what might work well for one person may not for another. I have good genes. I have that on my side. And I don't naturally have high blood pressure or high cholesterol or anything from my family history. But I would like to know definitively what I should be doing. So I'm going to try to take some notes and ask my doctor what he would recommend. You know, if there's something that I really should be doing that would improve my overall health. You know, I don't know that he'll have a good answer. We'll see. So I will keep you posted. Like I said, after I get my blood work this year and I get my numbers back, I will do another video and let you know. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have lowered your cholesterol, the LDL or the total cholesterol or whatever might have been high, and how you did it. I'm very curious. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.